What the hell's going on? That's all.
Welcome back to Mind Your Own Business on Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And we're with Mind Your Own Business with Ed and Tilo and Marlene and Brooke. And I want to introduce Randy Brzezinski. Is that right?
That's right, Ed.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
He's with Fast Frame. Randy, you are an icon in the community. You're very active in the chamber. Tell people how you got started into framing.
Well, picture framing is a little bit different than, I really don't think of myself as a framer, picture framer, more of just a small business guy. And my wife and I, Rosemary, we've lived up here for over 20 years, love the community, wanted to do something within the community. And I've been in franchising basically all of my life. I'd owned some other franchises in a much younger day, more on the corporate level. Knowing that franchising is the right business model for me, we had to find the right franchise that fit within our lifestyle. And Fast Frame, it's a great opportunity. We own the development rights for the whole area, so we've got one store, maybe a few more down the line as the economy picks up and things continue to grow, as they have been. It's been really well and good. And it fits our lifestyle. It lets us work all during the day, off at night, so I'm not flying around the country like I was before. And it's good to be home, especially nowadays with all the airline stuff going on. And it's fun. Customers become friends, and obviously our neighbors are our customers. And we provide a real fun service for a lot of people.
I imagine, if you're doing framing for the same customers over and over again, you're kind of almost like an in-law where you get to see the kids grow up, because the pictures start off with babies and then they end up with weddings and then they have funerals and then they have memorial. I mean, it's like you get to see the whole timeline.
The circle of life.
Circle of life.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of funny too, because things, you've probably heard things come in threes.
Right.
And we see this almost every week. Sometimes it's 3 dogs that have,
passed away.
Yeah. Sometimes 3 people that have. Sometimes it's something not as a big of a deal, but sometimes it's the size of things that people bring in. Long, 60-inch long portrait type.
And then someone else brings in something along the same day.
Yeah, we'll get 3 in 1 week.
So what was this week?
Well, last week was the long portrait 60+ inch things, which they have to be mounted differently and framed differently and using different materials. To them it's nothing, but to us it's what we do every day. So
that seems like a big deal.
Yeah. Last week sometimes it's a sports jersey, sometimes it's all Ferrari. Sometimes it really is kind of fun each week. Something new comes up.
It keeps you hopping. It's always good, but keeps you hopping. Now you also highlight periodically local artists there.
Well, Fast Frame, a normal Fast Frame, I'll put it this way, 1,100 square foot inline strip center drop ceiling. We're not that type of store. We've got over 1,500 square feet. We're in cap. We blew out the ceiling, so we have this real high open type area. And it's more of a gallery than it is just a picture framing place. And we've aligned ourselves with the SCV Artists Association, as well as the Photographers Association, and a lot of the independent art teachers and such as that. And we provide a whole wall to a new artist or photographer every month. And it's been such a success that we were booked out through next year already, literally through 2014.
And in some cases, is this like the first time they've actually showed their stuff?
Oh, yeah, very much so, because we have such an array of talented people up here in the valley. A lot of people know this, a lot of people don't. But between the entertainment industry and driving in here today, I know somebody was talking about the repertory theaters and the singing and the dancing and all the stuff that goes on. Artists are the same way. We have such a variety of people and talents up here, and it's fun to be able to provide them with a space and a place to show their work, other than a few other areas that they get to. We always have a reception each month too for the artists, and they get a chance to invite all of their following. We invite our following that comes into the store, and they sell things. And
so we're going to have to publish more of these events out on the newsletter so people can be aware of them, among all the other things that are going on out here.
Is it on a particular day during the month, or?
I like to have the receptions the second Saturday of the month, 1 to 4. It's kind of short and sweet, but it's kind of a fun afternoon. try to do it the second Saturday, because if you're unable to make it, because like we just talked about, there's so many things going on
Crazy.
in Santa Clarita, what do? You know? So at least that way, if you miss the reception, you've still got a few weeks to come out and at least see the work if it expresses interest to you.
Okay, I'll leave room in my calendar.
Yeah, mark it.
I'm holding in my hand a frame, and those who are listening, it's a black frame and it's really nicely matted, and inside there's two smaller mats. This frame was actually my introduction to Randy was at the Chamber of Commerce probably in 2010. I just started going to the Chamber again, and my name was drawn as a business that gets framed for as a gift. Randy does it, and I just can't say what a great idea it was, because this date on here is 10/2010. This has been on our wall. I mean, I've won stuff from different organizations, and very few things have I won are still in my reach. And we grabbed this off the wall today, and he'd even gone, we had print cards and they were off color, and he went out of the way to make sure, off register, that they were, the mat matched the off register ink on it, which made the off register cards look really nice. So if you're going in there, he's going to do every effort. We didn't even ask him to do this, it was a gift. He made every effort to make it match the artwork inside, and the fact that it was framed made it much more valuable to us to leave.
Because it really is just a business card. Who is going to put a business card on their wall? But it's the framing that makes it so special.
Right.
And
One
we've
of the
had
really
it
fun
at,
things we get to do. Not everyone has a product that allows them the opportunity to kind of share that product.
It's a show-off product.
And very much so, and it personalizes it for them. And everybody likes to get something. Everyone likes to.
everybody likes to get framed.
And I think this
To
is
some degree.
probably a thing we put on the wall to remind us to check the artwork before we print the cards, to make sure that the registration's right, and it's a cautionary tale as much as memorable for the Chamber of Commerce. You're going to be able to stay on for a little bit longer with us.
Yep, sure. I'd love to.
You're listening to Mind Your Own Business on Hometown Station AM 1220 KHTS. Doug and Ed.
Then you won't be minding mine. Then you won't be minding mine.